Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. I'm running a little late. I was watching Oakland March Madness basketball game. Kentucky went down, man. It's a big upset. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know you'll be on here. Jacob Tanje, Michael Beach of Life. Shout out to my old heads. There's I Love LaChon. What time is it, Travels? What's up, Gerald Ali, Mike, Kaz? Kaz is at the gym. What's up, Jeffrey? Appreciate all y'all support. Michael Alexander. Any new viewers and subscribers joining us for the first time today, welcome. And welcome to the people watching us on replay. As y'all know, we always have a topic. Today's topic is, why is one person safe in the Philippines while another is at risk? Do you have a safety plan? Now, we talked about this a couple of days ago on my members only live stream. It was such a great live stream. I went back and watched it. I said, I need to talk about this with my regular viewers because it's so important. But of course, this is your live stream. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about that. Just put it over here and I'll get to it. The peso, man, it jumped up. It's 56.25. And I think the reason why is because, we're on the verge of the United States lowering the interest rate. I saw that in the paper. I'm just guessing that's what it is because it shot up almost a half a peso overnight. I want to thank everybody for watching that video with Jenna Lynn. She's in a committed relationship with Kevin, and he, gave me permission to interview. I don't interview a lot of people. If you're not interested, if I don't think you got a story to tell, what's the point? She was gracious enough to do it, and she kind of came out of her shell, man. She's real shy, and that helped a lot. Kind of showing a little light on, what it's like to grow up black over here. People ask me all the time. I really don't know. I'm on the outside looking in. What's up, Roger Walker? I'm really on the outside looking in. And while y'all at it, man, go ahead and hit the like button, like and subscribe. Let's see if I can move the needle a little bit, with my channel. Thanks everybody for joining as a member. I'm going to continue to crank out, members only content. We're going to continue to have that members only live stream, which is a great live stream. It's basically like having a consultation once a week. I just uploaded a video to my Patreon page because I've got a small but growing Patreon page, and it's the title is, the Philippines is a old man's game. Young men beware. And I'm just talking about it. I'm going to kind of add it into what we're going to talk about today. How it seems to me, this is just my opinion. I don't have any numbers, anything to back it up. Like younger guys are at a greater risk of attracting trouble over here. And we will talk a little bit about that today. But yeah, Jenna Lynn, it was a great interview. And a guy, Philippines in full effect, he said, hey, he helped me on to Miss Elo. Elo is half black, by the way. Because he said, hey, maybe, he said Filipinos are starting to show more support, for their dark-skinned women. Now, this woman's a whole lot lighter than Jenna Lynn, but her story is the same. Her story is such a great story. And I'm going to place the link on my community page. Read it, guys. This woman, she overcame some hell of an adversity to become literally the first black, because if you got one drop of black blood in you, you're considered black. She talks about the bullying and everything. She said it even affects her to this day. And she said, but if it wasn't for all that, I wouldn't be who I am today. But the last thing she said in the article was, but I don't think I should go through all of that just to achieve what I've got. And, you know, I wasn't criticizing the Philippines. I was just telling you how it is. If you want to, where did I lie? You know, they still own this white skin stuff over here. Turn on the television, look at the billboards. You know, I know what he's saying, but I mean, I don't know why he made that statement because of one lady, but he put me on to her and I Googled it and a Field Star article came up on her. And man, she's an outstanding, extraordinary woman. Her words, man, sent chills through me. I was like, wow, this is who I want Booby to be over here. But I'm going to put that link in there. But yeah, it was a great interview. They were gracious enough to let me do it. What's up? There's Jeffrey. He said, tough guys won't make it in the Philippines, period. You must learn to be humble or your life will be miserable. Yeah, let's get into the subject. You know, as everybody knows, I've been over here on and off for 15 years. And I haven't suffered not one scratch. And then some guys come over here. The minute they get off the plane, they're robbed, they're shot, they're maimed, and some of them are killed. You know, is it something I'm doing or not doing? See, this is what we want to talk about today. Is there something about your makeup that makes you more at risk than anyone else? Your behavior, your attitudes. Let's talk about this because it's real important. I don't care how dangerous people say it is in the Philippines or wherever. Somebody's surviving. Everybody's not getting killed. Everybody's not getting shot or affected. So I just want to go over some stuff that I've been able to do to stay safe. But remember, there's no solution to being in the wrong place at the wrong time. We haven't figured it out. But there are some things that we can do to minimize the risk factors. That's what this is all about. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. Some of you guys need to grow up. When I made the video about, you know, American dies in the Philippines, what now? Is it time to panic? I said, no one comes to the Philippines to die. And he's in there, oh, I disagree. I came over here to die. I never go back to the United States. Dude, you know what I'm talking about. No one comes over here to get murdered or killed. What's up, Angelo? Hey, Eric. Hey, Alan. But yeah, we just want to go over some of this stuff, you know, because when you talk about a safety plan, raise your hand if you got a safety plan. Be honest. Most of us, when they're talking about a safety plan, we'll say, we're talking about where can I keep my valuables safe? When your most valuable asset is you, how you gonna keep yourself safe? But we want other than that, I'm not gonna check into a hotel unless they have a safe. Or is my stuff gonna be okay in the Airbnb? No, you should be worried about, are you gonna be okay? Because we do take our safety for granted over here, man. You know, and even the vloggers, it's the reason why we don't talk about the subject so much. Because we take for granted that people know how to move over here. Like they know how to stay safe and get around to avoid trouble. But we don't, man. We take that for granted. Happy Man 6920 says, true. If you are here to hang out at bars, you probably should have stayed in the States. Well, you know, a guy says, and he made a great point. He said, don't deny yourself. Meaning, you know, he said, live. You know, don't be afraid when you come over here. And I agree with that to a certain extent. But remember, we're talking about risk factors. There's something about the stone cutter. And it's not the 100 blow from the hammer that cracks the rock open, but the 101st one. So the point of that is, all those other blows from the hammer didn't crack the rock open. They all played a part in it finally cracking open. The same way which you continue to put yourself in harm's way. I believe if you go out to these bars on a continuous basis, okay, eventually the rock's going to crack open. It may not crack open for the first 100 times, but you're increasing that risk, guys. Wherever people are drinking, okay, because we're going to talk about this, our behavior and stuff like that, how you can minimize the risk factors, but you're increasing the risk of getting in trouble or something like that, getting into a fight when you go out to those bars. People get drunk because young guys, it's different for them over here. And I'm going to tell you why. Filipino friend of mine, I told you I'm driving around with him, and we see a foreigner with a young girl where he gets upset about it. Okay, he's angry. He's a younger Filipino guy. I guess he's in his 30s. And, you know, I was kind of taken back. I didn't believe it, but these young guys are coming over here. See, older guys like me and others, we're over the hill. We're past our prime. They don't really take us serious. They know when they see us with a woman, it's really all about money. We're really like a joke to them. But when these young guys come over here, and when I'm talking about young, I'm talking about like 45 and under, they're still in their prime. They're still looking good. They're in good shape. They're wearing the latest fashions, certainly the shoes, okay, because that's one of the first things Filipinos look at. They're crazy about shoes over here. And you got on the new Jordans and all the new stuff, you know, you got that flash, man, you know, they see you as a threat, guys. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not trying to scare anybody. This is where the jealousy comes in play. Okay, because a lot of people over here are struggling. See, people like me, this is really all I wear, simple stuff. You know, when they see me, like I said, they don't take me serious. Okay, but when they see you young guys, and then the younger you are, the younger and more attractive the woman you're going to have. You're going to draw attention to yourself, unneeded attention. So I would say you need to even stay on keep a lower profile. I mean, it's really more about their insecurity than anything you're doing wrong. Because people are going to be people. I can't change your style for you and all that. Your style is your style. You know, young guys have a tendency to flash their money. And, you know, when you're young, you do that kind of risky stuff. You go out to the nightclubs. You even go places where they tell you don't go. Like when we were in the military, we didn't care what the State Department said. We can handle it. I Love LaChan says, I only wear sandals in the Philippines. My feet sweat like crazy in those rubber shoes. How old are you, I Love LaChan? Because I'm talking about these younger guys. See, they do things that increase the risk. They're the stonemason. They gonna keep on hammering on that rock until it's gonna split open. We're trying to say, you know, put the damn hammer down. You can still have fun over here and do everything you're trying to do over here. Yeah, see, you're 60. I'm talking about guys who still are being taken seriously over here. They see you as competition. They don't see us as competition, I promise you. But these young, sharp-looking guys, the guy that got killed, guys, he was 37. He was handsome, in great shape, had a beautiful Filipino wife, a girlfriend, whatever it was. See, I've got my own theory of what happened there. Okay? Yeah, we can blend into the crowd. Okay? Because I'm a brother. Yeah, we can blend into the crowd. Okay? But, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to help you. I mean, if you want to be objective and you don't want to listen, this is our problem right here. Men don't take advice very well, especially from strangers or people they think, oh, I'm higher than you. You can't tell me anything. You can blend into the crowd over here. Every foreigner that comes over here, Western foreigners, you're going to have a chance. Okay, and you got on the big gold chain, the nice watch, the new Jordans, the new outfit and everything, and I'm dressed like I'm normally dressed. Yeah, I'm gonna blend in. Okay, you're not the first black man, and neither am I, that's been over here in Asia. They're used to seeing us over here. Yeah, we can blend in. I'm sorry, global free agent. You're wrong. Okay, and your clan ain't gonna do a whole lot for you over here because you don't know who the enemy is. You don't know where it's coming from. Hey, Renzi said, bro, Cal, I love your video and how you explain the issue. Hey, well, thank you, man. It's just the way I'm seeing it. Of course, I don't have the only perspective. But safety, guys, is relevant to the individual. This is what I want to get across. This is why I say the Philippines is safe for me, because I don't know you. I don't know where you're going, who you're hanging with, what you're into. Is there something about you that puts off a certain vibe that attracts trouble? Is it your attitude? Are you, hey, wow, let me see. Booby did this today. That's for Easter, Booby. Good job. Okay. Sometimes we gotta learn to walk away, guys, instead of being carried away. But I've got just a crazy theory, and I thought it was just me, but Marilyn was on, I said YouTube on my video. I meant to say Facebook. And there were some witnesses there that said the guy wasn't doing anything. They said he was just sitting there drinking, and the women were flirting with him. And before Marilyn told me that, I was like, Marilyn, you know something? It just don't seem right to me. This guy's young. He's handsome. He's in great shape. These young Filipino women, they're attracted to him. I'm like, he doesn't need to be harassing anybody. And remember, this is my theory. I wasn't there. And I said, what if the women were flirting with him and maybe one of his friends saw it and told him and he got jealous? Now he comes there to confront the man. This is what I was thinking. And then Marilyn said she saw, on Facebook, there was witnesses there who said he wasn't bothering anybody. Says he was just in there drinking. The women were flirting with him. See, the women aren't going to flirt with me. But some of the guys that I know over here who are younger, much better looking, have a whole lot more money, a whole lot more flash, they get flirted with. So that raises the risk factor. Okay. Let me see. Because I know a lot of these channels, they it's all about entertainment with them and coming over here and living a great life and all that. And that's fine, guys, but it's not all fun and games over here. You got to have some type of safety plan. If you got a safety plan at home, you're doing something to stay alive over there. You got to do something to stay alive over here. Andrew CJ says, I've heard the same from a Filipina. The girls wanted him and the rapper got jealous. This is what I was thinking. And it could be the furthest thing from the truth. I'm just speaking out loud because I'm like, the guy in his situation probably could have had 100 women in there. Rick Hard says Philipinanic had a video inside the club. He looked like he was friendly with a table of dudes. If he was disrespecting, would they have been so friendly? Yeah, see, we'll never get the story now because he's not here to tell it. But it was just something that a reasonable minded man, because that CCTV is so crazy, guys. He's just standing there. Why would you wait around to be killed or wait around for trouble? He's in no hurry. Okay, car pulls in the screen, the guy kicks him in the back. It's set up, guys. But I'm just saying, when you young like that, okay, you're at a greater risk, in my opinion. These guys will get jealous of you, man, when you're over here looking good, women watching you, okay, flirting with you. They're going to get jealous. It has more to do with their insecurity than yours, okay? But it's just something about you, man. Are you giving off some type of vibe or something, man? He said, Golden Gate said, Calvin, I don't have the exact facts, but they say the same thing might have happened to the young black man that got jumped outside of a bar in Greece some years back and died. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These young guys, and when you look in the news, other than the fact that that 72-year-old man got killed in Cebu, a lot of these victims have been young, man. But I'm just saying, if you're young, you're welcome over here, absolutely. Of course. But I'm saying, I believe you're at a greater risk simply because they're looking at you differently. Even though we're all looked at as foreigners, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, as long as you can sign that visa, we're all rich, okay? But they look at you a little closer because of who you are. Young men are young men. We got that testosterone going on. You got all the fancy stuff on, guys. I promise you. These guys over here, they looking good, But yeah, man, he says, Happy Traveler says, what is the probability of getting shot in the Philippines? Very low, even if you are young and flashy. Yeah, you're right. I told you it's like a plane crash. Okay? It's like a plane crash. It doesn't happen often. But we're saying we want to keep it like that. Do you think he woke up wanting to be killed, Happy Traveler? Okay, I believe that's why he was killed. He was young and people were jealous of him because he probably would have whooped those guys. And remember, they're going to be afraid of you. I'm sure, remember I was talking about there's nothing more dangerous than a scared man with a gun. But let's look at some things that I've been able to do, okay, to keep myself safe, to minimize the risk factors. And the number one thing I put on here on my list was I mind my own business to a certain extent, other than being a vlogger and, sharing stories. I mind my own business. I really don't care what you're doing over here, who you're doing it with, where you're going. I'm never going to stop you and say, don't do that. I'm minding my own business. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm talking about for the entire trip, okay? That's very important. I don't want to hear no gossip. Hey, the less I know, the better off I am. Because you start telling me stuff about people. Now, I'm looking at the person different. I'm acting different. I don't want that. So that's the first thing I put up here. Hey, Renz, thanks for that super chase and chocolate for your beautiful daughter and her drawing. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Renz. Okay, the second thing I got is keep a low profile. No flash whatsoever. Well, what do you mean? Well, just don't do anything that's going to draw any unneeded attention to you. You're already a foreigner. Like the guy said, hey, your brother, they already looking at me already. What I look like showing up with the real, Louis Vuitton outfit on, a $2,000 outfit on. I'm doing too much in the Philippines. Okay. With the real, Cuban link gold chain and shining diamond medallion. You know how the young guys are. Fresh kicks. I'm smelling good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? But I think it just draws unnecessary attention to you. Just kind of, tone that down just a little bit. I'm just telling you what I do. You guys are going to be different because you're grown men. I can't tell you what to do. We're just having a conversation. How to stay alive, man, period. Over here, wherever you are, at home, because you're doing something at home. Okay. I've got several people come here from Chicago, which is supposed to be so dangerous. Well, hell, they're still alive. I don't drink, I use drugs. And I don't go anywhere where people are, excuse me, I drinking for real. I mean, they drink socially. But a lot of times when you go out to a club, man, you hyped up the music, the atmosphere, man, you're drinking. That's what I'm talking about. Certainly not drugs. You say drugs. Yeah, there's people over here that are using drugs, man. Believe it or not. And it's their business. But I don't go anywhere where they're using drugs or selling drugs. Okay. I'm a decent human being. I try to be, who shows common courtesy and respect to people. Everybody. Remember, I wave and say hello to everybody that I pass on the street. Man, woman, or child, because I don't know who's who. Hey, Cisco International, thanks for that super chat. He says for Booby, glad you're feeling better, Kuya Cal. Yeah, I believe when we went out to eat at one of those places, I ate something bad, man. I really had diarrhea bad. Maryland went and got me something like Imodium D or something yesterday. Because yesterday I didn't go outside at all. I was afraid. I didn't want to get too far away from the toilet, man. I mean, I was bubbling up pretty bad. Okay, he says, Angelo says, I'm not saying we should be flashy here, but looking homeless isn't going to attract a woman. LOL, what a trade-off. No, I'm just saying be clean and stuff like that. Some of us go overboard. It has nothing to do with you, Angelo. It has to do with the insecurity of the other people. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you stuff that's kept me safe for almost 15 years. In a couple of weeks, it'll be 15 years I've been coming over on and off. Not a scratch. You don't even have to listen to anything I'm saying. Okay? But I'm doing something or I'm not doing something that's keeping me safe. Is the Philippines just a real safe place? I'm not going to say that because that's the problem. We're taking it for granted. Yeah, just tone it down a little bit. That's all we're saying. You're in the Philippines, man. You're not in Las Vegas on the strip, Angelo Habib. That's all I'm saying. You know, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb when everybody else has flip-flops on that's leaning to the side and you got on some brand new Jordans, you know, with the latest Nike outfit, gold chains and all that. You'd be okay with just the Nike outfit and the Jordans. Blizzard Abroad, he says, even though I brought fancier clothes, I ended up just wearing white tees and shorts most of the time. Yeah, you really don't need that fancy stuff. But, you know, young guys are young guys. And if you look at some of these Passport Bro videos, you'll see it. But I don't have to look at those videos, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Because young guys come over here and visit me. They're in their 40s. And they're wearing all this fancy stuff. And you've been around a lot of people who think you're rich already. And they may get a bright idea. You got to keep an honest man honest. Then you pulling out your money. Okay? We got to be careful doing that. 10,000 pesos is a lot of money to carry around with you in the Philippines. So, okay, just common courtesy and respect. I don't carry large sums of money with me. Nowhere near 10,000. 5,000 is all I need. He said, Ka says, you got to be safe around the Bajau kids too. They will swarm you if you're not careful. This almost happened to Angelo in Bacolod. He followed his instinct, and that's what saved him. Sometimes you got to follow that instinct, that sixth sense. Because one person was, they'll go like this, like, give me something to eat, I'm hungry. To give the little boy something. And he said, with so many of them out there now. So yeah, they were hiding in the cut. And they're not going to take no for an answer. You got to keep walking. You got to keep walking. Because they're not going to stop. You go to Dumageddon, you go on that boulevard, they're camped out there now. They're coming from Mindanao, and it can get dangerous, guys. Don't pull out that money. Okay, but I don't carry large sums of money unless I'm going to, make a big purchase or something, which is very rare. Of course, we already talked about this. I'm talking about me and what I do. I don't go to bars. I hang out where alcohol is served on a regular basis like that. I don't go to casinos, nightclubs, because the more times you go, okay, the more you're going to raise the odds. You're going to go, you're going to get cocky like the guy in McCalla. Oh, I go 3 or 4 times a month. Nothing's ever happened to me. Okay, yeah, so now you're going to let your guard down. But every time you go there, it increases the risk.
Yeah.
And so finally, boom, the rock cracks open, and they split your damn head open. It's like the guy here, remember I told you? Come in here to pick up the kids he was adopting or whatever. What? All right, you going with her? Wow, good job. You want to get the bike now? Okay. And he's in the local bar, man. He's just drinking a beer or two. Here comes the drunk guy. Buy us a beer. No, I'm not buying you a beer. They start talking about him in their language. He understood it. They get into an argument, boom, he shoots them. You think he walked in there expecting that? He didn't. He said, Cal, I had to look at last night's dinner extra soupy. Oh man. Yeah, man, it was bad. Yeah, you got on gators. He said 50 peso flips up the norm there. Yeah, and you got on this fancy stuff, and they're leaning to the side. Trust me, guys, when you see the people you're going to be around, not all Filipinos, but the ones we'll be around, some of these tricycle drivers, man, it look like they were born with the flip-flops on their feet. They've had them on so long. I mean, the rubbers are super thin. So then you jump in there, and now they're already thinking that, he thinks he's better than me. What's up, Filipina Mia Moore? Hello, Sir Cal. Watching here from Subic. Wow. Welcome. He says, you're overdoing it with all that bling. Yeah. Okay. Now, guys, don't overthink this stuff. We're just talking about, okay, why is one person in the Philippines safe? Why another's at risk? Soul Snatcher. He says, I'm being judged by what I wear, so a hoe can play the part without any repercussion. See, this is what gets you hurt. Don't look at it like that. You can wear whatever you want to wear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you what puts you at risk greater than the next man. You can come over here with all that stuff if you want to. Of course, they're looking at you. You're the foreigner. They see the woman every day. He said flip-flops leaning to the side. Thanks for the weekend humor, okay? You know I'm telling the truth. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just giving you facts, what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing over here. I toned it down, man. He said, I go out in a tuxedo every day. He said when that dude kicks him in the back, that should have been his cue to get the hell out of there. Well, he wasn't expecting it. And then he never saw that coming. Just like the guys are saying, oh, I got my crew with me. I feel good. I feel safe. How? When you don't know where it's coming from. You can't, I don't care how your crew, how tough your crew is, dude. You don't have any weapons over here. They got weapons. Yeah, congratulations, 53 Shades Darker. Thanks, Golden Gate, for reminding me of this. He went over his 1,000. When I subscribed, he had 3 subscribers. He said, my girlfriend holds my money. They won't rob her, but they may rob me first. Well, it's a good idea. You could split it up. I just don't bring a whole lot of money with me, man. I mean, there's just no point of it. Especially if you're going to go out to eat or something. When me and Kevin, too much time on my hand, 65, and John Lynn and Maryland, I bought lunch. I mean, it was a bunch of stuff, man. It was 2,000 pesos, 2,041 pesos. That's not even $40. And actually, it was those two, us two, Sahara, which is 18, and Booby. I mean, they ordered whatever they wanted. Picture of cucumber lemonade, fries for Boob, the whole 9 yards. It wasn't even $40. 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines, a cow. It's us brothers doing that. I see that crap in Lapu-Lapu. Chains, Jordans, gold watches, and bling in the mouth, walking up and down dark streets alone. Yeah, it just increases the risk. We can't, people are going to do what they want to do. They're going to wear what they want to wear. We can just try to help them with some suggestions since we've been over here before. I can't tell a grown man what to wear, what not to wear. I'm just saying, think about that. Why would you do that in a country where 2/3 of the people earn less than $2 a day? You're just drawing attention to yourself. The bad guys can see you now. They can distinguish between you and me because I'm going to look just regular. I'm going to try to blend in as much as I can. Cisco says, why are people trying to be flashy around a bunch of people who $200 is more than they ever had all at once? Because we're just who we are. That's what I said right here. I said, is there something about your character, attitude, behavior that puts you at a greater risk? This is something you have to ask yourself. Am I doing something that's going to put me at a greater risk? Because if you're attracting trouble at home, more likely you're going to attract it here. People don't realize that everything is vibrating in the universe. Everything. And if you're on a certain vibrational level, you're going to attract the people, good or bad, on that same vibrational level. So if you're putting out bad vibes, that's what you're going to attract. But I know who I'm with. Now, I can't give that guy credit. He says, oh, yeah, I'm with my crew. I'm good. I don't go anywhere with people that I don't know. If I don't know your tendencies, anything like that, ask the people that come over here. I don't go anywhere with them other than to get something to eat. Okay, till I get to know you better. Then, I got friends. Hell, we go to the beaches far from here because I know them. They're responsible and everything like that. I don't have to worry about, pulling them away from a fight or something like that. Or they may have a damn THC cartridge in their damn pocket. Or, we do some crazy stuff over here, guys. They got a couple of fentanyl pills in their damn back pocket. I know who I'm with. And that helps a lot. Hey, Simply Social, he said that would be a good video on good tips like that. And that's why I'm talking about it now. We had a good discussion on the members only. I said, maybe I need to share this with my regular viewers. But the problem with men is we don't take suggestions, especially from other men, because we don't respect each other. It's like, who are you to tell me what to do? I've been in the service, I've been here, I've been there, but you've never been here before. You've never been to the Philippines before, so that's a good reason. The man who's only been here 2 days can teach you something. The man who's never been here before. But, they're going to look at me for my clothes. Yeah, that's what we're trying to tell you. They are. The first thing Filipinos do when they see you is they look down at your shoes. Why? I don't know. Because they know that they love shoes. And they just do it. He says, Golden Gate, thanks, bro. Had to celebrate that and thank everyone, including you, brother. Thanks. Yeah. He said that Frank Ellis, maybe the alcohol was speaking for him. We don't know. We're trying to minimize the risk factors. We're trying to avoid it altogether. Nobody comes over here to get killed, man. Okay? So I have a destination. Y'all heard me talk about drifting around in the Philippines, in a foreign land like that. It sounds romantic. Oh, let's just go exploring, throw the map away and spread our wings. No. I've got a destination from A to B, and I'm going straight from A to B. I'm not going to fool around in the middle and all that. I can do all that once I get there. This is what's kept me sober. This is what's kept me safe for going on 15 years. Not a scratch. No one's ever tried to take my wallet. Okay. I'm inside once it gets dark. This is just me. This is stuff I do. Because what am I doing or not doing to make my trip safe? This is what you gotta ask yourself. If it's keeping you safe at home, it's probably gonna keep you safe here. But remember, you can't carry weapons. You can carry bear spray or pepper spray. And I believe somebody on my live stream said you can carry the shocker. You know what I'm talking about. I believe you can do that. But knives, guns, any type of weapons like that, you can't. He said, sloppy drunk in a bar, you asking for it. He said, don't get on a rudderless ship. Yeah, have somewhere to go and know where you're going. But you don't even have to be drunk payday one. The other guy can be drunk. All it takes is one person in the bar to be drunk and misinterpret something you said or what you looking at. Don't be looking at my woman, because I'm going to give you a secret, guys, over here. This is just my observation. Women think that every foreigner wants them over here. Okay? It's just not true. I'm happy in my relationship. That's why I don't even look women in the eye anymore, because they'll look away and act like, oh, don't look at me, I don't want you, or you want me, and like you want to marry me or something. No. So you're in the club and you see the man, he's thinking the same thing. She might just be passing passing in front of you. You gotta look. He's flirting with my woman. Yeah, stun gun. You can carry that. I'm almost sure of that. Hey, Kaz, thank you. He said gifted 5 Sunshine Shoulders memberships. I appreciate you, man. And he's a younger guy. What do you do? Because every young guy that comes over here is in club hopping and smoking weed and all that kind of stuff. But he's young. When I'm talking about young, I'm talking about 45 and under. You're still in your prime. You still got the bravado going on. Yeah, taser is what I'm talking about. What's up, retired 2019? He said, drink at your place, bars are trouble. Yeah, I mean, if you got a woman, hell, you can have your party at home. Turn the damn music up. You got the drinks and everything. It's just an atmosphere that people want. You know, you could easily lose your life over some bullshit, man. That was some bullshit that man lost his life over. Yeah, Kentucky. I said that at the beginning. That coach is going to be on the hot seat, man. He's on the hot seat already, but, you know, and these guys he's got, they'll go to the pros and just be superstars. I think coaching is passed him by, really. He's a great recruiter, but they're just not really have a me, myself, and I party. Andrew says, sick grandpa, I bet he had some stories. Probably, you know, they hang around a certain crowd because the guy he was hanging with was in jail waiting to be deported. You don't want all that, man. He said, I wonder if he was like that in his home country. What are you talking about? What do you mean, what was he like? What was he like? The people who were in there, they were saying that he wasn't bothering anybody. That's what's going to tell the CCTV on the inside. That's part of the investigation. They're not going to show that. Yeah, he's a troll. You know, a lot of those guys, you know, they can't make regular content, so they just want to be a clown and get the attention that way. But let me go on to the next one. Yeah, I'm in when it gets dark. You know, a gossip is big in the Philippines. I mean, it's really, really big. Even with your girlfriend, I got to shut Maryland down. Look, don't stop. I don't want to hear that stuff. It pisses me off. I don't want to hear that stuff. Okay? Just wait till you get to the gym or whatever. Don't tell me that stuff. They've got an opinion about everything and everybody else's business. And you're going to get wrapped up in that. I tell her in a minute, I promise you, ask her. I shut that down immediately. The less I know, the better off I am. Kai says, I don't drink. We go out, but no bars or clubs. We don't stay out after dark. We're trying to head to Laguna early next month. Most importantly, I stay the hell in my lane. Yeah, that was the first thing I put. You know, but for some reason, we think that we're still at home. So you know, subconsciously, when we come over here, we act as if we're still at home. We don't realize that every country has its own set of rules. He said, Andrew CJ said he has a death wish. Yeah, but I think he knows who to fool with. See, I think all that shit is made up. Like I was telling the guys on my member, those guys know who to mess with. They're not going to mess with Filipinos. The Filipino will cut him in half. Okay? So they'll come over here and mess with a foreigner. I don't pay them any attention. When grown men act like that, man, you got to question their sanity, their mental capacity. I mean, these guys are 60, 50, 60s, you know, late 40s. Like, what are y'all on? I mean, what's really going on? No wonder you're in a place like the Philippines trying to get a new life. There's no way you can make it over there. Somebody will kill you over there. He said, yeah, I've never been to Laguna, but it looks nice. Well, there's a guy who does a vlog from there. That's the surfing capital. And they do have some nice beaches. All Gold says, you bleed out quicker in a tropical climate as opposed to a cold one. And this is what happened to him, I believe, because they was like, well, how in the world, if he gets shot in his shoulder area, did he die? Well, that main vessel, artery, to your arm is up in here. I'm pretty sure he bled to death. But nobody was trying to help him. He said if they don't have any money, gossiping is the next best thing, and karaoke. Yeah, I'm just saying, no, it wasn't that he didn't get any action because he wasn't there. The video says he wasn't there. Somebody done called him, maybe a woman he's dealing with. Okay, remember I told y'all, Maryland said, when I asked Maryland, I said, do Filipino men care that we over here fooling with y'all, with Filipino women? They said, no, as long as you don't deal with their woman. Maybe somebody said, hey, they misinterpreted it as him flirting with her or something, when it probably was the other way around. But we really don't know. Because we wasn't there. They're never going to release that inside. Big Dog said, Cal, what happens to expats remains when they expire? Do they automatically cremate the body? Sometimes they do. If the family never comes up, if there's a medical bill that has to be paid, or if the family doesn't retrieve the remains, because your embassy does, well, the United States Embassy doesn't fly you back. It's expensive. They don't, repatriate a dead body. You have to pay for that. I was told that they have mass graves over here. I'm not for sure about that. But yeah, they will cremate you. If not, hell, bodies are going to stack up everywhere. Luckily, like I said, see, about trusting somebody over here. And that's one thing that I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But that's one thing that's going to help you, okay? No loans. I don't loan any money over here. Okay, Merlin's brother came over here the other day. I believe, what's today? Friday, Tuesday. It might have been Wednesday, right before my members only live stream. He wanted to borrow 1,000 pesos. Give him 1,000. If he pay us back, okay. But if not, okay. I'm not loaning you anything. Because remember, people get mad at you when they owe you something and they're not able to pay you back. Now it's a problem. But no, I don't loan any money over here. Don't give anybody anything that you can't afford to walk away from and lose. Same with that 10,000 I loaned to. I only did it because of it was one of Marilyn's clients. It's the only time I ever loaned somebody something. She never paid us back. It's been 2 years. We're not going to get it back. Her business closed. She's out of business. She's gone. But 10,000 didn't break me, but it taught me a lesson that I knew already. Because up until that, coming over here for 15 years, that's the only time, up to that time, 13 years, that I ever loaned anybody anything. I just usually just give it to them. But I don't do that. Let me get this real quick. I'm sorry. Thank you, Paul Stanley, for that super chat. He says, some of us think about the infrastructure. Do you think most of the street vendors will use digital payments in the next 10 years? What's a wet market? No, I doubt that. You're not going to change the Philippines. I don't know of any street vendors that take, over here in Southeast Asia, even in Thailand, it's all cash that I saw. Remember, I was only there for 5 days. But not the street vendors. Will more businesses be taking digital payments in the next 10 years? A lot of them already do. They'll take that GCash, more and more accepting credit cards and debit cards. But the GCash especially, you can just scan it on your phone. That's big over here. He said, what's a wet market? That's the market They call it the Mikado. It's where the vegetable, fruits, vegetables, everything. You can get everything over. If you want to get a pair of flip-flops over there, umbrella. And usually in a city like St. Carlos or anything like that, they'll have a big one. It's huge here, where you get all your fresh fruits and vegetables and everything. He said, I don't loan money, period. I either give you money or I don't. Then that's a good thing. I just say, you don't have it. We want to be the hero over here. We want to play the savior over here. Sometimes it's best to just say, I don't have it. But here's 500 if that's going to help you. He says, how can we get gun rights for expats on retirement visas? You can never own a gun over here under no circumstances. Okay. Now, your wife can't, or your girlfriend can't, or if you got Filipino children, maybe they can, and just keep it in the house or whatever. But I don't think you're ever going to receive those rights, Eli. He said, what's a barangay? It's just like a neighborhood, a community. Okay? That's all it is. And another thing about this range, I'm going to tell you, it's like anybody else. This guy was successful over here. He had a good thing going over here. He had a lot of fans, okay? But whenever you're successful like that, people are hiding in the bush, waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to stumble so they can come out of the woodwork and make fun of you because they're jealous of you, because they're making fun of him. Look, there's nothing funny about what happened in that situation, whether you were the shooter or the victim, because he's facing life in prison, 40 years. By the time he gets out, he'll be an old man. That's a life sentence here. But that's what happened. I mean, he had millions of views on his videos and stuff. He was well known. He messed that up. So people over here, fans are fickle anyway. That's why when you see a troll make a video about me, you guys click on it. That attracts, that bad news like that attracts you. Oh, yeah, if something were to happen to me, yeah, I knew it. It'll be people coming out of the woodwork saying, yeah, I told you about, they're not saying anything now, but they're out there. They're watching. Look, it's 256 people. How many likes is it? I can't see it because I'm on StreamYard. Those are the ones. Okay? Those are the ones who will jump out of the woodwork. Or they'll try to make a mountain out of a molehill. One guy under the video that I did with, now, of all the videos, the ones I did with Jenna Lynn, he says, isn't this the guy who said, find them, feed them, fuck them, and forget them? I thought they deported him for his behavior. See, and this is what's happening to him, but ain't a damn thing funny about that. Hey, Paul Stanley, thanks for that super chat. See, I like seafood. Have you seen strange big crabs, lobsters, and shrimps where they cook if you pay extra? Some places they will. It's going to cost you. Now, if you go to like Lapu Lapu, if you go to the Lapu Lapu Shrine, the Mactan Shrine, you can go through the little cut and you're going to see the seafood and stuff. You're going to pay for it, and then you'll pay them to cook it. Some places they'll do that. If you go to Panglao Bahal, of course, it's going to cost a whole lot more. Now, in Bohol, at their wet market, they actually sell the big lobsters that you can buy. That's not going to cost you $5,000 when you go to the restaurant. They'll cost you $800, but you got to cook it and all that. Yeah, I mean the big. They don't call them shrimp. What do they call them? Big. They shrimp, but they don't call them shrimp. Crabs, and they got something down in Zamboanga. It looks like a crab, but it's not. It's expensive. It's some of the best seafood you ever want to eat. Yeah, he said it's a life sentence due to the. He said it's a life sentence due to the shorter life expectancy. It is okay now. No loans. Okay, now the flip side of that is this: don't borrow any money. Filipino, don't borrow money. I don't borrow money. Let me keep it on me. I apologize for that. Yeah, prawns. I'm sorry. Thank y'all. No, no crawfish. Yeah, only 108. See, those are some of the guys, Michael. They're waiting in the background. If something were to happen to me, those are the ones that are going to jump out and laugh and stuff like that. Okay, it's the same with anybody that has any type of popularity or anything. You see it all in the entertainment business. You know, they kick you when you're down. Hey, Monroe Houston, thanks for that super sticker. Is this my buddy Monroe? Yeah, he said, grab you some of that good Texas style Mexican food, my friend. Thank you, man. When we go to Cebu, they got it, believe it or not. A legitimate Mexican. They're not trying to make Mexican food with Filipino ingredients. He said, at time, I used to collect crawfish from the canal and use them for bait and then eat whatever I didn't use. TJ Johnson said, they asked me, where's the best massage? And I told them, that's like me asking, where's the best pants at in Metro Manila? Yeah, but I can tell you here, if you're anywhere around here, I can tell you it's in Bacolod at the L. Fisher Hotel on the 4th floor. I've been, all the places I've been, I always get a massage. This is the best place by far. They're really professional because it's in like a, it's supposed to be, like it's not a 5-star, but it probably was at one time. It's an upscale hotel. So on the 4th floor, it's got a nice restaurant, swimming pool, and it's got its own separate building. It's actually a spa. You got to make an appointment. They really are good. He said, getting attacked for clout, that's crazy. Well, hell, we live in a crazy world. You remember what I said on that video? Humans aren't divine. I put on my Facebook page, if humans were divine, there would be no need for toilet paper. There's nothing divine about us, man. We're animals, man. We're still evolving. We weren't born like this. And people seem to think that you just woke up and this is how mankind was. No, this is thousands and thousands and thousands of years, no matter what you believe. And we're going to keep on evolving. But right now, we're animals, man. We're just at the top of the food chain, but we're dangerous animals, man. And wherever you go, wherever human beings are, it's going to be murder and mayhem and all of that. Rape, robbery, and all of that. He said, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Let's get this on another level. Rising beyond expectations is good for the soul. It don't cost you nothing. Yeah, you use less muscles smiling than you do frowning, from what I heard. TJ says, I tell people this about the best anything in Thailand. I can give you some good recommendations, but it takes a lot of time and dedication to determine the best. Yeah, they're very satisfied so far. And that's a good point. And that's one thing about staying in a place long enough where you can explore and find whatever you're looking for. This place is just too spread out. You can't write it off too quick. He said Mike Rossett and C.T. Fletcher got famous by attacking the Hodge twins. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Because I know the Hodge twins, they're way up there. It's some real superstars, man, on YouTube. I'm talking about, to me, they're just regular people like me, but you know what I mean. They got a big following, they're earning big money, and they're one of them. Fresh and fit, just all those people like that. You know, Andrew Tate was a whole different beast. He learned the algorithm some kind of way and broke it and was making all kinds of money. So now the only social media he's allowed on is X. He said, "You're not lying. Them po' boy sandwiches on point." I don't know where. What's your name is? Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know him, and I really don't care. He said, "Calvin, who is this low-level Fred Flintstone look-alike with yellow teeth who's talking stuff about you?" I think he's a sick grandpa or something. He's nothing, man. I'm telling you guys, he's got to be older than me. Those guys, they don't really. It's just what that's all they have to do. I'm not gonna be over here doing that kind of stuff, man. You gotta, ask him, and you gotta worry about people's capacity. See, what's gonna happen is they're gonna eventually do the wrong person. If somebody's gonna wake up on the wrong side of the bed with that "I don't give a fuck" attitude, and one of these clowns is gonna run up on them with that foolishness, and they're gonna get taken out. He said, "Calvin, what foods in the U.S. Do you miss the most?" The stuff that don't mean me any good. Macaroni and cheese. I love, a good T-bone steak, a real hot dog, the hot dogs that we like with chili and cheese and onions. I really miss the milk over there too. That ice cold milk. Well, they got good burgers here, but you're right. He said your interview guest should be a model. She has modeling quality. She really does. I mean, we always, any woman with a pretty face, oh, you should be a model. No, this woman is a model. She just hasn't been discovered yet. She's just like them. If you see her, she's long, she's slim, she's thin, she got the high cheekbones. She looks just like those women that you see, those black women that you see walking up and down there. Remember, she's 5'9", barefooted. She didn't know how tall she was. After the interview, now I have on my shoes. She was barefoot. She's taller than me. I'm 5'8", so she could be 5'9" or 5'10". Okay, but she'll never get discovered here. Obviously, they're just not gonna. They're not on that. But she's certainly that. I promise you, man. If she put on, because Kevin said, man, you should see her in high heels. She's taller than me, and he's 6'2". She really is. I promise you, man. If she was in America or someplace like that, they'd at least, give her a shot. Well, they've got good pizza over here, but not what I'm used to. Okay, I like Papa John's. I'm thinking, what else? What else one do I like over there? Um, but they've got some pizza over here that's pretty good. Yellow Cow pizza is pretty good. Now they've got donuts here. Well, he just really doesn't have anything to do. He's not really trying to come above me. He does that to a lot of people. I guess it's just my time. But I ignore him. I wouldn't click on that stuff, guys. It's nothing. He's not going to do anything to me, man. Trust me. No. We got this air fryer retired 2019, and it makes the perfect fried chicken. I miss those steaks, those T-bone steaks, with that Heinz 57 sauce. I miss those rolls that you can get at Texas Roadhouse. Like I said, that ice cold milk. Chinese food, I miss. The American Chinese food. General Soul chicken and sesame chicken and all that stuff. I miss that. Yeah, I mean, my mouth is watering for that. That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get home. Yeah, he said these uncomfortably sweaty looking sex pet types always throw me off. Like, do they mean to look skeezy? Or do I just identify that looking skeezy? No, that's what it is. They're not in their right mind, man. Who would do videos like that? I mean, really? No. Now, I do miss the way we cook them, but right around here at Mahwani and also in the Palau Hotel, man, they got great ribs. Remember, you're in the pork capital. But I do miss a home-cooked soul meal. The fish, the way we like to eat fish, the breaded fish with the coleslaw and, like I said, the macaroni and cheese, the sweet potatoes and all that. I miss a good bowl of brown beans with chopped up onions and tomatoes, cornbread. But I think that her self-esteem, man, all of that stuff. Okay, when I put the link, Miss Elo is half black. Her father's a black American, mother is a Filipina. She was born in Lebanon, okay? Of course, raised over here by her grandmother in Iloilo. She's got a great story. She says what she went through, though, as a child, it still affects her to this day. I'm just going by what they say. I don't know. And, she said a lot of the same things that Jenna Lynn said. Like Jenna Lynn said, I know that other little black kids in the Philippines are experiencing the same things I did. So I want to be a role model for them. It's exactly what this lady said. She said the same thing. She said she hated her skin. She said, I hated the color of my skin. I hated my hair because that's what they hated me for. It's a powerful interview that was done in January of 2024. Because she's Miss Iloilo. She's going to compete for the Miss Philippines, Miss Universe Philippines, to represent the Philippines in the Miss Universe pageant. But, it's not the racism that we experience in America, but still, it's still, tough for a little kid. Hey, Garden Girl. Yeah, the Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, I love them rolls, man. Yeah, they do, but I don't know if it's going to be the same. They've got one in Angeles City, but we ate at Denny's. I'm going to tell you something I missed, and I almost got it here close to it. Derek Q bought me some spicy links, sausages, like the Polish sausages, but they're spicy. Those are the only kind I can eat. Yeah, man. Does anybody have is Long John Silver still open? That's the type of fish I miss. Yeah. Neck bones, mac and cheese, and some local aid. Yeah. Well, they got catfish here. But I think it's expensive here, from what I was told. We don't get it here. They got some real top notch stuff that you couldn't afford in America. I wouldn't buy it. It would be too expensive in Louisville, Kentucky. Blue marlin, tuna. I mean, right out of the ocean. Lapu lapu. They got all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, the fish is so delicious here. And what Maryland will do for me is a big pile of meat on my plate. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. I don't understand it. He said Subic Homes is much better to live for Westerners, safe and no long lineups, no traffic, and it's a free smoke zone, healthy living here. Wow. Cedric Nash says she is so strong and you're so right. I'm glad she's going to be in the competition. Yeah, it's a great, I mean, she's in great shape too. She's got an 8-pack. If you look, when I show you the article, she's just a phenomenal woman, man. When you see what she's talking about, she took over the interview. They were asking her simple stuff. She just went on a rant, man. Like, they don't know that they really pushed me to where I am today. But I don't think I deserve to go through that. Okay? He said, how did Booby feel around her two blazing girls? Well, Booby was fascinated by her because, of course, Booby hadn't seen anybody like her before. But Booby's already, like, okay, she said she knew she was different at 4. See, Booby's advanced. Booby knew she's different when she was 3. You know, talking about, you know, why don't I have long, pretty hair like Sophia, her sister? And I say, your hair is pretty, Booby, because they want hair like Booby, and Booby wants hair like them. But back to the woman says, I hated my skin and I hated my hair because that's what people hated about me. Well, Jenna Lynn said that at one time she had straightened her hair. But then her mother told her, you're just wasting money. That's not who you are. Just be yourself. And she said she went swimming because, you know, when you get a rebound, you're not supposed to go swimming. And she said she just, you know, ever since then, she's like, well, you know, I'm who I am. And it's the same thing, you know, black people are still doing it today over there. I'm so mad at my daughters. I'm like, y'all got nice hair. You know, where that? They rather paste that shit in their hair, the long, you know, straight hair. I'm like, y'all really look stupid. He said Cowboys Resto Bar in Manila was impressive too. Yeah, somebody went there. I think Robert White said he was either going there or he went there. Yeah, he said, Garden Girl, congrats on your 3.5 thousand views on your Philippine video. That's a big pull at your subscriber count. Keep it up. What was it about? Let's go to the next one. I'm enrolled in the Smart Traveler program. That's free. All you got to do is go on travel.state.org or gov and sign up for that. That way, wherever you are, the embassy would know of your whereabouts, whatever country you go into. They may have to evacuate you. Could be an emergency. They give you weather updates, any type of insurrections or anything. All the information they think you need to know, they'll send you an email, but it's free. Don't cost you anything. I've been, ever since I heard about it, probably since 2010. Yeah, Long John Silver's was the place. Yeah, he said, just another plain old American hating. You know, this is what I wanted to talk about really the other day. Like, can't we just get along overseas? Don't y'all realize we up against it over here already? Not only do I got to fight, it's like, remember I told you my buddy told me, it's like, if you're in a bad relationship, it's like, boxing match, you're out in the center of the ring fighting for your life, you're out in the world. The bell rings, you go back to your corner where you're supposed to get rest, relaxation, encouragement, and you got to fight your corner. That's how I feel over here sometimes when you deal with people like that. Like, man, can I go to my corner and get some rest and relaxation? What's wrong with y'all people? He said, that's why I escape from time to time till I put my A plan in full effect. It's like, he said, lady friend treated me to a nice dinner. Yeah, Long John Silver's still open. Now, I love Long John Silver's. That fish sandwich, man. Woo. He says, hi, Sir Calvin. That interview with that young black Filipino was awesome and very informative. Brothers, please endeavor to give your black, Asian, mixed kids their Western citizenship. Now, he's from Ghana, so I don't know. That'd be like jumping from the frying pan into the fire. I think she's on the right track, though. Okay, with Kevin. I don't know what plans they've got, but she's on the right track, to eventually. But she said she wants to stay here. She's proud to be Filipino, and she wouldn't be the person she is today if it wasn't for growing up here. But I don't think anybody volunteers for that type of mistreatment. Hey, Robert Sanford, thank you for that super chat. He said Long John Silver's closed down, huh? Well, some people are saying it's open. Some are saying it's closed. He says it will provide a barricade from the racism and wickedness that is likely to be dished out to them. Well, like I said, it's nothing like what we encounter in America now. Remember, that's the racist grandfather. That's the grandfather of all grandfathers. I don't know if you can survive that, but I'm just saying, over here, you're gonna be like, you're not gonna be surrounded by anybody that looks like you. So I don't know where I read it, but the person said they were being made fun of for being different. And the parents told them, well, you tell them that you feel sorry for them because they're all the same. This is a message, I'm just going to always keep putting in Boobie's mind that I want her to be intelligent, to be able to, is it in there? Okay, I will in a minute. To rise above that. It's going to be hard as a little child, but I'm going to give it to her straight. The skin color has nothing to do with it. That's what the lady says in the article. She said, what does my skin color or gender or anything have to do with who I am? I mean, this woman's got some powerful interview, man. She's an amazing young woman. I mean, she should win. I mean, I would be proud to have her represent the Philippines because she's certainly got a story. Okay. And that's what I'm going to tell Boobie. I said, that's junk science. There's nothing true to it. I want her to be so exceptional that she can rise above all that. Like I had to do. There's the only way you're going to escape that, and then you really ain't going to escape it. But hell, you can be so far beyond that it don't bother you like it used to. Like I said, I've been rich and I've been poor, and hell, I can handle racism a lot better when I got a pocket full of money. Sorry. It seems like it's when you got money, it's easy to handle the bullshit. But we're in 2024, man, and we're still on this stuff, man, on this body shape and color and gender and the human beings, man, we're not divine. We're ignorant as hell because it's getting worse. It's not getting better. We should be getting better. I mean, we're going to eventually destroy ourselves. Imagine who's the the lady that works with the gorillas all the time, and she's still alive. She said that uh, if we're so smart, mankind, then why are we destroying the only home that we have, this planet? See, nobody ever thinks about that, man. We're destroying this planet. The little that we can even occupy. Remember, you can't live everywhere. 90% of this damn planet is uninhabitable. And then we're destroying the other 10%. I mean, literally just destroying it, poisoning the water, polluting the air, everything, the food. But we're so divine. Yeah, right. Eric Powell, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'd wife up a beautiful Blasian sister in the Philippines and the New York Minute. See, they have the same characteristics and qualities that a typical Filipina has, because she's a Filipina through and through. My oldest son is a Filipino through and through. He was raised here. And believe it or not, one of the first women, before I came to the Philippines, I remember I only got online maybe 3 or 4 days before I came here. But one of the women that I was chatting with was a half black, half Filipina. And she was built, but she lived up by Manila. And I just wrote that off. I'm like, nah, I ain't going up to Manila. I just closed my mind to Manila. Because you know what she told me? This is crazy. She said, let me know because I'll go to the doctor first. I don't know if it was a red flag because remember, it's 2009. I know nothing about the Philippines. She said, but I'll go to the doctor and get a checkup and everything like that and have that ready for you when you get here. And I was thinking, why would you do that? My crazy man. But she lived in Manila. I wasn't going anywhere near Manila, so I closed my mind to that. But it's a lot, it's a lot over here. TJ Johnson said his greatest distinction is the number of countries that have let us in without effort, despite all our diplomatic fuckery. Yeah. He said the higher up and the government don't care about the planet or anyone. It's all about their wallets. He said, sir, our passport is square in the middle of the road. Yeah, it is. It's really not as powerful as it used to be, but hell, I wouldn't trade it. Okay. He said, retired 2019, I believe the feminist movement has them out of order, but hey, even the Beckys be tripping. He said, your baby booby is blessed. She has the greatest and mighty American passport to protect her. Yeah, but is she going to jump from the frying pan into the fire, really? I really like the Filipino culture. I'm just saying that it's always been something in the back of my mind. I can't deny it. That I know she's going to be bullied and they're probably going to call her names, but not all of them. But it only takes one or two. But I know that it's not going to get any better in America. I mean, she's going to be around more people like her. So the best thing to do is just to educate her and try to, instill in her some confidence and let her know that's bullshit. Okay? The color of your skin has nothing to do with your character, with your intelligence, or anything like that. He said, all the beautiful Blasian women out there, Saweetie, her, Amara, etc., etc. There's a good video by a Filipino he put out there. And he's saying, why don't we acknowledge our black celebrities? He said, they put us on the map long before anybody else, talking about the Philippines. And it's a great video. It was made like 3 years ago. And he talks about, I'm talking about, he goes way, way back, all the way up to today. He's like, they just don't acknowledge him. Like they do the European, half Europeans, half whites that they put on a pedestal. He's like some of the biggest stars. Filipino stars in the world are black, but they don't acknowledge him over here. Why? I don't know. Hey, what's up, Kevin? He said TJ Singapore has a really strong passport. It's in the top 10. He said the bullying is unavoidable reality. If any of my sons is ever having any problems, I'm there. You know, I just have to put Paradise on hold. Okay. It's really, really important, guys, you know, but I'm here for them. You know, Gabe called me today. But I mean, Booby is different, you know, and when I see girls like Jenna Lynn, it's important for me to interview them because it's like I'm talking to my own daughter. I really want to know because I don't know for real. I'm on the outside looking in. I hear stuff. He said overweight women who act entitled. Yeah, nowadays being a bully is a dangerous game. Well, you know some of the stuff she said, they were tearing up her assignments and stuff like that, throwing rocks at her, putting rocks in her bag. Yeah, they are. But you know, everybody knows that but them, they just don't acknowledge it. If you come over here and you can just go to Iloilo, you will see the Aboriginal Filipino. He just looks like me, a little bit darker, but just like me. And when they see you, oh, they're spooked. I mean, really, because they're really, really shy. Now, I got a picture on my community page where some Ada women, you know, they have to earn a living. So they go around and they read palms and they sell little native stuff that they make. They were already over here in St. Carlos City. I took a picture with them, but most of them, when you see them, they'll run, man. But it's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, you're not going to change the Philippines. This is what I try to tell people. You know, you just got to try to rise above it the best you can. You know, but hell, if I can survive the United States, surely I can survive. They can survive here. You just don't want your children going through that, whether it's racism, bullying, or anything. You know, Marilyn was talking, we were talking about that yesterday. She said she got bullied in the 4th grade and was scared to go to school. What happened to me in the 6th grade? I don't know if everybody has to deal with that or not. Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah, he's gone. But let's get back to the list. Okay, my family knows where I am over here. And wow, Booby got a bike. You go forward, Booby, not back. Look at Booby's bike, everybody. Where's your bike, Booby? She don't know how to use it yet. But it don't take her long. She'll find out. By the end of the day, she'll be riding that thing. He said, don't insult monkeys like that. Yeah, I banned him. He said, Long John Silver's is good, but hip hop chicken and fish is what you're looking for. Wow, see, I'm not hip to that. I've been gone a long time now. I do like Church's fried chicken if I can find it. Indies in Louisville, Kentucky has some of the best chicken wings on the planet. But imagine we're buying chicken from an Indian. I mean, we made these Indians rich. But that's what they'll do. They'll take the American dream, man, and they'll run with it. We're sitting around, we eating chicken all damn day. I'd be shocked if somebody don't come out with the best watermelon and get rich off of us. But they surely came over here and got rich off selling chicken wings. And they got something called a piece of chicken. I don't know. It's called a keel, Keel, and that's very popular. He says, I'm going to have a Stromboli this weekend. Wow. While watching the NCAA tournament. Now, I'm going to tell you, you brought up something that I miss. And not because of Stromboli, but I love a meatball sandwich at Subway. Oh, man. But Subway doesn't make the best ones. It's just the only place that's closest to me where I used to go to buy them. And, man, those damn meatball sandwiches, if you put that mozzarella, extra mozzarella cheese, you'll bite your damn lips. He said, I never heard of hip-hop chicken. He said, Indians from India are buying up all the liquor stores in the United States. Well, I just know that they got rich selling chicken in Louisville, Kentucky. Indies, look it up. I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying. Yeah, I said that today. So I see the peso is climbing back up. It's 56.25, and that's because the United States is close to lowering the interest rate. I was reading that yesterday. Don Foghat says safety plan, just don't hang out at clubs or bars and do stupid stuff. Okay, let's stop right there before I read the rest of it. This isn't the only place we're getting killed, though, guys. You got to be careful on that dating site. The woman that you choose on there may kill you. I set you up to be killed. It happens all the time over here. But remember, it'll make the news one day and then it's gone. Remember the guy in Cebu? It just happened in December. He met the woman on site in April. They married in October. He's dead in December. It's not just clubs where the risks are high. Those risks are high. Anywhere where alcohol is being consumed, man, the risk goes up. But whenever money is involved, the risk goes up. A third party is involved, the risk goes up. You can increase the odds of you getting in trouble over here by doing stupid stuff that we always do, but going to a bar and a club is just one of them. There's guys over here who are dealing with married women. I don't even care about the husbands out of the picture. Don't deal with married women over here. And I know there's a lot of people watching who are still with the woman. Oh, we're getting the annulment. Well, you hope you make it to that annulment. You know, you just don't know the full story. And if a woman tells you right away that she's married, shame on you, but more than likely she's not going to tell you. She's going to wait till you get emotionally entangled. Then she'll pull it out. Well, I thought you were separated. Well, you know, we are, but we're married, you know. He says, and be aware of your surroundings. Okay? Which that's what I said, you know, I have a destination. He said, plus don't get drunk where you don't know where you're at and not know your surroundings. He said meatballs and mozzarella were made for each other. Absolutely. And that sauce, I worked at a pizza place my senior year in high school. And boy, for lunch, I'd always get me that meatball sandwich. But yeah, you can do a lot of stuff to increase the risk or the odds of you having some kind of problems over here. Okay? If the woman is still married, I'd have to put her back, man. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm just going to find somebody else. But they don't tell you right away. Okay, so but my family knows where I am, guys. It's important. Don't sneak over here because people sneak over here. They're ashamed of coming to the Philippines. All your sex pet, you over there taking advantage of those poor and innocent women. You know the reputation that the Philippines has, and you know that men have who come here. So you sneak over here. You don't tell anybody. That's a big no-no. Here's the next one. I have people here in the Philippines that I trust. Maryland being one of them. And I was explaining to guys that Maryland knows my pen, okay? But that's all. She doesn't know anything else, but she knows my pen to my debit card. In the event I'm unconscious or I'm in jail, okay, John did not give his woman the pen. Luckily, the Sunshine Shoulders community was there, okay? Otherwise, I don't know. She certainly wouldn't have been able to cremate his body because she was able to do that. Now, before they'll give you the death certificate, you got to pay that medical bill. But who knows? John may have had the money in there for the medical bill. I think it was 300 and something thousand. But we'll never know because he never gave the woman the pen. But you got to have people over here you can trust. And that just takes time, man. HTL said, Cal don't come to America and lock the arteries up. Yeah. That's a great point. Remember, we bring the matrix with us, and our diet is part of the matrix. People think because you leave the matrix that, oh, I've left, you physically left it, but it's in your bloodstream. It takes a long time to get out of your thinking, your actions, and everything. And that's why we should have talks like this more often, because you're going to bring the matrix with you. You're going to think you're 10 foot tall. You're going to think you can whoop somebody because they're smaller than you. Or why should I even respect the Filipino people over there? They're poor. I'm from America. This is how we really think. And if you don't think that way out loud, you think that way subconsciously. Because, man, we do the stupidest stuff over here. We come over here, we don't acknowledge people here. Kamal says most of the Black Americans bald hair, most of the Black American bald hair is from India, as revealed on Chris Rock's Good Hair. Yeah, but you know who's catching up real quick in that market? The Philippines. It's a quick hustle over here to sell your hair because their hair will grow back. And there's plenty of it. Yeah, they're slowly catching up. Look it up. They're buying hair from over here, but it's crazy, man. What's up, DJ Rocksteady 2K? Thanks for that super chat. He said, what's good, kinfolk? I just stumbled on your channel and I like what you're putting out. Much love from Tokyo. I'll be in the Philippines again in April. Yeah, hook up, man. If you anywhere near Cebu, anywhere Dumaguete, like that, man. Thank you for your support. Dan Foghead said, if you get a beat down from the German police, we can't claim police brutality. Wow. That's crazy. He said, didn't allow American service members into their bars and clubs. Well, that probably was a smart move. Because, I don't know, we just got a different attitude. I'm not going to fight an American over here, or any foreigner really, because I know how much we need each other over here. It's never going to happen with me. You're already up against it over here, you just don't know it. Anything could pop off at any time. Like I said, I'm not going to go out and fight the world and then come back to my corner and have to fight my trainer and my support system. But that's what we do. I mean, it's all people have to do is to make crazy videos about you. And I'm like, really? You know, you have to question somebody's mental state when they do that. Mithringo, thanks for that. Let me read this again. Let me read this again. He said, maybe the Philippines minimizes the news of foreigners being harmed so it won't affect tourism. A news story is a news story. They all own it. It's not going to go uncovered, especially if somebody gets killed. It's just a plane crash over here, brother. You know, safety's relevant, and I always say that to people. It is. You can go to Afghanistan. What's the most dangerous country in the world since people got all these lists and stuff? But thanks for that super chat, Mithringo. Go look it up while y'all Google it. There's people still thriving there. Everybody's not dying. People are staying safe there. But I don't believe it. No, they're not doing that. Because remember, we've got an embassy here, man, that holds people accountable like that. They're going to let the chips fall what they may, where they may, but they're going to keep an honest man honest. The Philippines is not going to work like that. Because that story's going to come out no matter what. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're hiding anything. The fact is, the places that we go, people we deal with, and the places we frequent, they're just not that bad. That may be the reason why you're able to stay safe over here. He said, can you imagine getting jumped and chased by a bunch of people in a different country? Sounds like a real nightmare. Well, you know, you can put yourself in that situation. You know, is it something about you that puts you at a greater risk? You got to look in the mirror and say that. Am I argumentative? Do I like to argue? Am I judgmental? You know, what is it about me that attracts all that foolishness to me? Put the gold chains up. He says, I trust my lady. Shit, she got my PIN number, address in the States, and family info. You never know. You got to have people over here you trust. If you don't, I mean, what are you going to do when an emergency does happen? When Murphy's Law does show up? He said, only time I give a damn about the U.S. is when you add the letter D to the acronym or add an A and put it on the scoreboard. He said, do the embassy do investigation for Americans killed in the Philippines? No, because if you go on the U.S. Embassy website, they're going to tell you one of the first things that's on there is in the American Citizen Services is you're under the jurisdiction of the Philippine authorities when you're here. They have no jurisdiction. They have no power at all. They're just not going to do it. Now, if an embassy employee or the ambassador to the Philippines is hurt or something, maybe they will. Military personnel over here. But a tourist? No. Remember the guy, go look this up. He was accused of rape. And he spent 5 years in jail, even though he had proof that he was 10 hours away when the crime supposedly happened. And the woman waited 6 months before filing the case, and she filed the case to revenge him for calling the police on her because the foreigner was hanging with her foreign husband. And she barged into the house looking for the husband, thinking he's with him. And it traumatized his little son. So he filed a case against her. Well, she said, okay, I'm going to one up you on that. You raped me. There's no proof that he ever touched the lady, which he didn't. The United States government could do nothing for him. And guess what, HTL? When he got out of jail after 5 years, they stuck him with a 5-year overstay fee. The United States could not waive that. He had to pay that before he left the country. So no, they're not going to investigate anything. DJ Rocksteady 2K said you always need to have a support group who has your best interests at heart and vice versa. We got a group of brothers here. They've got a group. It's a bunch of groups in the Philippines. They've got a group of brothers in Lapu-Lapu who have started something up. I don't know the name of the group, but they're on the right track. But you know, you only know what you got when you need it. But it's a lot of groups, and that's why I started my channel, just to be a support group. I've got my number as the hotline. If people ever get in trouble, you know, we can help you. We'll come together and help you. You know, I built a guest house. You know, we're trying to let people know because we don't really, subconsciously, we don't realize when you come over here, we need a support group. You can't be traveling on the other side of the planet by yourself. It's not smart to do that. But yes, a lot of groups, you know, some of them are more loosely knit than others, but remember, you're never going to know what you got until you need it. So hopefully those groups are really doing a lot of good work. They got that group down there. It's real impressive. They got like a vice president. They meet like once the first Sunday of every month. They have breakfast together and everything. Filipino Meal Moore says having one Filipino is enough for Peter. If you already have one, be loyal and deal with her. If she's a drama queen, but she loves you faithfully and faithfully. Okay. This is what I already said. You know, we can increase the risk being involved with a third party. Okay, because Filipinos are jealous. I don't care what they agree to. Eventually, they're going to fall in love and they're going to want you all to themselves. And they're going to try to paint you in a corner. You got to take one or the other. And whoever you don't take, they're coming after you. Okay? That's why there was a sex tape out there with me. But I jumped out in front of it. I don't care. All you're showing is me pounding you to the damn in the ground. I mean, that was a tape that was supposed to never seen the light of day. If you want to use it against me, go ahead. But that's what happened. You know, that's all it's showing, me blowing the back out. And it's not showing, you know, it only really show my face. But, you know, that's what happens when you do stuff like that. You know, you might end up getting your damn dick cut off over here. But they'll cut your dick off over here if you don't watch out. But I asked the question, why is one person safe in the Philippines while another's at risk? You know, why is it that I've been able to stay drama free, really, you know, other than the trolls and stuff, stalkers on my channel for 15 years. And some people come over here and get killed and scammed and robbed and shot, deported. Because I'm doing some things and I'm not doing some things. I think that everybody ought to have a safety plan, even though you may not call it a safety plan. He says, I'm always down for constructive criticism. It's all good. But really, we don't. Psychologists will tell you, no one likes, there's no such thing as constructive criticism, really. No one likes that. You say you do until somebody really gives you a good stern heaping of it. And then you're going to be pissed off. He says pain in the ass. Okay. Well, I haven't always been. You know, I just try to use my 15 years of experience over here to help people, but some people they don't want it. I can't tell them anything. I just know that here recently been a lot of young guys getting in trouble just because they're young, really, and it has more to do with the locals' insecurity than who you are. Because I dress down for a reason. I try to blend in. I don't try to stand out over here because I know what I signed up for. You got to know what you signed up for before you just all of a sudden watch these videos and jump over here. You know, you have no idea, you know, about the Philippines for real. You're coming over here with all of that jewelry and money and everything, and you know, you bringing a matrix with you, man, and it could be a problem over here. You know, money still does attract the bad guys, even here. The American that owned that cookie business, hell, they waited. They waited for the right time, and they ended up killing him, taking 250,000 from him, which, you know, that's a fortune over here. To you, it's only like $5,000, but to them, it's 250,000 pesos. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been arrested for that. But, you know, hey, W Secrets to Success, thanks for that super chat. Wait, let me get this. I messed up. Hold on. I thought he went to bed early today. I ain't seen him. Thanks for that super chat. He says, hell, if I ever get in trouble in Southeast Asia, I tell him to call Cal, aka the CeeLo Green. Yeah, man, you know, I got a little pool in San Carlos City. I don't know about anywhere else. Because Merlin got pool here. Her brother got his license taken. You know, he was stopped in one of these, you know, every now and then they'll have a police barricade checking for insurance and different things like that. They took his license. Hell, Merlin went down there and got it. He was gonna have to pay a fine or something. She just went down there and used her little connections to get it. See, I've got, you know, little clout like that here, but outside of St. Carlos City, shit, I can't help you. I might make you bail for you. He says, I'm telling you guys, you better grab that early retirement at 62. The Republicans talking about raising the retirement age. I read that. But remember, it's not going to affect people who are close if it passes. You know, the talk is cheap, but it's not going to affect you if you're already close to retiring or getting, you know, turning 62. It's not something that I don't think would affect me because I'll be 61 in May. I'm certainly taking mine if the creek don't rise. Give me mine. I don't care. You know, I'm going to lose out on whatever. I can't spend it if I'm dead anyway. I'm going to sign up all my children that's eligible. I got 3 children that are eligible for Social Security when I get mine. She says, I wish we can collab one day, Sir Calvin. It will be my honor. Sure. Just send me an email. I'll bring you on here and let you tell your story. What is your channel, Filipino Meal More? What are you talking about on there, on your channel? Just dating and all that? Is that what you're doing or what? Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a good piece of advice. If there ever comes a time when we have a Filipino vlogger that's going to talk about health, that's going to talk about safety, that's going to talk about the things that really affect foreigners besides sex and relationships, you're probably going to get rich. But a lot of the women bloggers, they've sold their soul over here. And I don't, you know, I'm not knocking them. I'm just telling you that they're not really giving out any good advice. there's a void there that if somebody steps in there, they're gonna get rich. You know, you would think, every now and then, see, the Filipino P doesn't even do it anymore. She's been forced to move toward relationships mostly. If you look at her latest videos and stuff, I mean, here's a woman who has the ear of hell, half of what, 250,000 people. Surely you can talk about safety or something, to help us. No one can tell you better than them. But remember, you're not going to jump in the end of a deep water you're not going to jump in the deep end of the swimming pool if you can't swim. So it would be like going against their culture. But if you fill that void, Filipino meal more, you're going to skyrocket. It may be a slower ascent, but it's coming, because Jennifer Terry showed you what's possible. She got popular during the lockdowns and pandemic, giving out information, right? But now all of a sudden, it's like she wasn't able to take that to a whole other level. Now, if I was to talk to her and say, hey, look, why don't you do XYZ now? You already there. You already got people watching. I haven't seen a Filipino blogger do anything about this murder or any other murder or anything else like that. How to stay safe over here, where to go, where not to go. They got me telling you guys where to go and where not to go. What pisses Filipinos off and what doesn't. What makes them jealous, what doesn't. They should be giving y'all that information. That's the information we need. What can I do so I don't step on anybody's toes over here? I can't tell you, really. I'm just giving you a little list of stuff I'm doing. They can tell you, but they're not going to do it. They figured it out. They said, okay, all these guys want to talk about is sex and relationships. So here's what we're going to do. What does a Filipino want? Where's the fan the best Filipino? What does a Filipino have to offer you? And just the craziest stuff, man. But this is what we want. Bridget Bailey says, why men fall in love and fool themselves here in the Philippines? We always cheat on you with the younger man. Well, I don't know. I don't even think you're a real Filipino. You ain't nothing but a man. That's all you are. Okay? And then what we don't know don't hurt us. If your wife, if you never catch your wife cheating, then she never cheated. Isn't that the same philosophy where they talk about the difference between, when I was in sociology, they said, well, what's the difference between a criminal and somebody committing crime? The criminal's been caught. Okay, or the felon or whatever it is. But there's a guy out there doing the same exact thing who's never been caught. It's the same thing if somebody's cheating. If you never find out, then they didn't cheat. They only cheated when you found out. So, I don't believe that. If you can't fuck them good, if you really are Filipino, if we can't fuck you good, then yeah, you probably are gonna cheat. But if somebody's blowing your back out, Bridget Bailey, you ain't gonna cheat. You don't have time to cheat. If you are, it's gonna be with a sore pussy. Okay? That's what it's gonna be. Hey, Mr. Ringo, thanks for that super chat. I mean, let's keep it real. We're gonna blow the damn back out. So if you do go over there, you're gonna be limping over there to him, and your throat's gonna be sore, everything, your butt gonna be sore, everything gonna be sore. So he's gonna be getting damaged good. So let him cheat. Okay, thanks for that super chat. He said, it's kind of amusing that 20-year-old Filipinos are offering relationship advice to 60-year-old plus men. This is perfect, man. But we don't think. Remember, they offer free lobotomies for every trip to the Philippines. And most of us volunteer for that. You just get your brain chopped off when you come over here. You're like, Well, how can this woman be giving me advice? She hasn't even, a lot of them never even dealt with a foreigner. They're talking to you like they really know what they're talking about. No, they're mimicking us. They're listening to us and they're just regurgitating it out to you. What a Filipino wants instead of saying what I want. You know, if they kept it on themselves, it would go a lot further, but they don't really know. They really don't know. But you're right. It is amusing. But you can't knock them because this is what we want. This is what we beg for, we ask for during the lockdowns, especially. I mean, we're glued to our seats. We want to just show me anything. A woman was doing a live stream the other day with a towel wrapped around. They said, just do a little dance. I'll put $10 on your PayPal. You know, these women aren't stupid. They're going for that money. It doesn't make them bad. He said, cheaters always get caught no matter what. Well, it's hard to catch a woman cheating, man. It's different with a man, you know, unless you super dick or something. Because when you come home, all your wife got to do is ask you for it. And if you can't perform, it takes you longer to come than it normally does. She got you. I know I got you by clock. It takes you 3 minutes. Hell, you've been jumping up and down for 16 minutes now. What's going on? Yeah, you know I'm telling the truth. If you're going to cheat, Bridget Belly, you're going to be, I'm going to make sure that he ain't getting what I'm getting. It says E2889E says, Penise, I know have that younger guys on the side like their boyfriends are doing. Well, I don't know. Some of them do, though. You know, if you're going to deal with that long distance relationship stuff, then that's what you probably got to deal with. Or you're so much older that you really can't perform. All you're doing is paying the bills. Yeah, then you probably have to deal with that. But if you're still in your prime, like a lot of men are over here, because typically what you see over here is somebody in their 40s, 50s, 60s that's still, you know, knocking her socks off. You know, the young women really can't handle us. So she don't have time for no man on the side. And we're over here. Okay. It's just not happening. But yeah, is it happening? Yeah, because I know people is doing it. I know a woman, when a foreigner comes over here, her boyfriend moves out of the house. He cries. He's sore about it, but hey, she got to pay the bills. So the man is beating the back out for 2 weeks while he stays with the sister. That's real life stuff that goes on. But for the most part, it don't happen. And like he said, you know, a lot of times you can't tell. Like, you know, why you got to keep going to the province every weekend? You know, he says a new script. Yeah, but see, they don't work that way, really. I mean, you know, this is bringing the matrix. This is bringing your matrix thinking. This makes sense over there, but over here it don't make sense because the first day they want to enter into the unspoken agreement. They, you know, there is no friend zone over here. That's a red flag. If you get over here and a woman puts you in a friend zone, man, that's the biggest red flag you could ever have. There is no friend zone, guys. The minute you get off that plane, it's on and popping. Everything's happening. And if it's not, then you need to on to the next. Okay. See, this is what the information I can give you based on my experience. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you something different. Oh, they're so conservative. The Filipinos don't like this. The Filipinos don't like that bullshit. That's not true. Yeah, but they weren't. That's the thing. You know, we're men, so they're playing to our nature. Yeah, how you going to defeat that? until you get over here and just have a woman or something. Because I asked Kevin, we were eating lunch the other day. I said, is it that bad in America? I haven't been there since, it only seems, it's only 5 years and 3 months, but hell, that's like an eternity when you're outside of that matrix. And he said, yeah, basically the options that you have over there. A lot of guys, they just don't want to deal with the options. And that would be my situation. I don't have a problem with American women, man. I can deal with them. I just don't want the options that's presented to me. I don't want a 60-year-old woman who's probably overweight. And you probably got to, before you stick it in, let me put the K1 jelly and all that on. And, I don't want to do all that. And then you got to take off, wearing probably a diaper, them super pads that them older women wear because they leaking all the time and all of that. No, see, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's right about this. She said so many Filipinos are loyal to their partner. There are a lot of Filipinos here. They got the whole package. They're mature, beautiful in heart, faithful, and knows what she wants, and very naughty with her partner only. That's true. But what else can we talk about? We know this, Filipino mi amor. That's all that's been fed to us for the last 4 years. I know since I've been following these blogs and stuff and putting out information. What else can you tell us? Can you tell us anything about the cost of living, about avoiding crime, about how to move once we get over here, what to do, what not to do? This is what we need. This is the information we need. We know the women are here and they're ready, willing, and able. We need to know something else, though, that's going to help us. How to open a bank account. Which banks are more apt to give me an account being a foreigner than the others? If you had this type of information, because you live here. Hey, Tati Sanders, and he met his wife in America. He's married to a Filipino woman, but he met her over there. That would be a story. I'd like to hear that story. And is she any different than the women over here? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with criticizing America. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with demanding better. I'd hate to be like in North Korea, where you can't say anything wrong about the country. Hell, you can't even think anything wrong about them. Hell, if they just know that you're thinking that, you're in trouble. It doesn't mean I don't like um, America. Of course I do. But there's nothing wrong with demanding better. And, there's nothing wrong with talking about what you're seeing in front of you. For many years as a black man in America, I was told I was crazy. What I was seeing and experiencing, they said it wasn't happening. They said it's all in my imagination. I'll be damned, shit's real over there. He said, Philippine P is the only Filipino blogger that I can really watch. I can't really watch her, man. And she probably doesn't watch me either. So, but no, I can't watch them. I can't watch them. It says, and the boyfriend is behind the camera. More than likely, yeah. More than likely, yeah. Because they're going against the grain. The Philippines are very modest, guys. They're not going to talk about that stuff. Certainly not in front of thousands of people. You're really cutting across the grain when you do that. As a Filipino, it's just not typical in their culture. They're very modest, man. So when you see them doing that, of course, they're being trained to do that. They're being taught what to do. And you never see a video go all the way through. It's always cut up because they'll speak a little bit, stop, then start the camera over, start it over like that. But whatever's working for them. But I'm just saying that somebody can step into that void and be famous and be rich, really. But they won't do it because they know it's going to take a little longer. But so what? If it was easy, everybody would do it. He said, I guess Filipinos have cracked the code to sex sale. Yeah. I mean, the people who are fueling this are the men who will never come here. They're the ones who are, they're asking for more of it. And they're, sending the dollars, the thirst dollar, because they'll never come over here. Because once you come over here, now it's no longer fantasy, it's reality. You see it for what it is now. You say, oh, hell. I ain't not even going to watch Sunshine shows. I'm not watching anybody. I'm just over here doing my thing. It's the guys who never step foot in the Philippines. That's who the audience is. That's who the paying audience is. Hell, if a man's over here watching that, because those women, they're not, beautiful. I guess beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, but there's a lot better looking women just over here that don't have YouTube channels. He said, we're perfected cheating. We know your routine is so easy. Yes, he knows, I know just from reading this English that you're not a Filipina. If you are, you're a college professor. Okay, you're not some young Filipino on the dating side, not writing like this. It would read something like, instead of it reading perfect like this, like we have perfected cheating, it would be like, we have perfect cheating. Instead of we know your routine, we your routine. It's not going to be perfect like that, dude. I'm sorry. You done gave yourself up. Kyle says the Filipinos got competition for those girls in Miramar. I saw them on the Eat, Sleep, Yangon live stream, throwing hundreds at them on the live stream. Wow. Well, all in Southeast Asia. The Filipino can speak English, and it's really her modesty, her traditional values that they have. And the fact, I don't know. I see people going to Miramar, but the United States, the depth, that's a 4. I don't think they'll stop you from going there, but I don't know if I want to go there. Maybe I could be wrong, because I see Europeans over there, because I've researched Miramar before, but I don't know, I don't think we know enough about it. And like I said, Kaz, I think you told me that before. The reason why, because they know that they'll never go there. So yeah, they just want to keep pushing the money to see how far the ladies are gonna go. I think they really know how far some women over here are going. He said popping with a P. Yes, only popping. That's a fact. Over here, he said, Sammy Davis said, most black and brown folks know how to react in the hood. Many others do not. Criminals attack the others because they believe they have money. If a black man gets kidnapped, who will pay the ransom? That's what, I don't want to be the first one, Sam. That's what a friend of mine said. He said, yeah, when's the last time you heard of a black man getting kidnapped in the Philippines? I said, well, I don't want to be the first one. Okay, if you go in the wrong place at the wrong time, they're going to kidnap you. It's going to be like throwing a net out there in the ocean, catching fish. They catch all kind of stuff besides the fish. And that'll be you caught in that damn net. and you be the one that cut your damn neck off with that dull ass knife like they did that Canadian. Rick first said, "Hey Cal, what's the best and worst experience you've had since you've been living in the Philippines?" Well, I haven't had really the worst experience I've ever had here. It comes from people outside the Philippines. Okay, I just want to say that when I had to go through had to go through the interview with immigration and the NBI, which is FBI here, for some false allegations thrown at me. But if you're just talking about inside the Philippines, it's just the only thing I've really had over here is the patience. Okay. That's the only bad thing I've come into. The people really have treated me as good as I'm telling y'all they treat me for 15 years. But it has a lot to do with me too. And what I'm putting out there. But the best thing for me, man, is the weather and these beaches over here. I love the beaches, man. And of course, I've had great women over here. I mean, I haven't had just good women. I've had great women, man. I mean, over here. So the weather, the women, and the beaches. But I really haven't had a bad experience in the Philippines, other than the fact it's slow over here. It's a lot slower, but I've gotten used to it now. I've been here for 5 years. Because the Filipinos, they're not petty. Like, if the Filipinos have a problem with you, they're going to tell you. They're not going to sneak and do something behind your back like these foreigners in America. These guys, Corey Feldman and Charlie Chalmain, lobbing false allegations at me, of all people, I'm human trafficking and exploiting Filipino women. Okay, because it's such serious charges, Rick, Filipino authorities, they had no choice but to investigate it, but quickly found out it wasn't true. But yeah, the Philippines is what it is, guys. It's the hot spot, really. That's why I do videos like this, because I want you to come over here and enjoy yourself and have a good time. And most people do. What happened the other day was a plane crash. It doesn't happen often. But you can do stuff to avoid the damn plane crash. Don't get on the plane. Okay? There's some stuff you can do and not do. If the man wouldn't have got on that plane, he'd still be here. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying, but he did get on that plane. Hey, Sebastian Rudd, he says, great topic. He said, noticing this strange pattern myself. He said, the Twilight Zone. The agent says, I believe that 15% to 20% of what Calvin says, most of his advice is usually just general advice that is applicable to many different countries and women. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm in the Philippines, though. So I'm really giving it to you straight from the Philippines and how I see it here. It is common sense, the agent. That's really what you're saying. And most of what I'm saying, a whole lot more than 15 to 20%. I would say 90% of what I'm talking about is common sense. But we throw it out the window when we get over here. So, there's something about Filipinas. Okay, some guy said it on the members only. He said, I got to give it to the Filipina. She has a certain power over these Western men. And they do that. That's 100% facts. I don't know what it is, but that's real. That's why the people in Miramar, they don't have, Filipinos don't have to worry about Miramar, Thai women, or Indian women, Brazilian women, because they've got a special power. I mean, we do the stupidest stuff over here, man. I got to come up with we do the stupidest shit in the Philippines part 2, because I could do a part 100 if I really put all those stories out there. We do the craziest stuff, man. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, he trusted the pilot. You know, but sometimes remember in his situation, I believe he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There is no solution for that. The only way we're really going to know is to see the film inside there. And of course, they're not going to release that to the public unless somebody leaks it, because that CCTV tells you nothing. It just shows you that he got shot. You're able to identify the killers, because that guy in the red hat should be charged with something. That's all. Robert Dane says, learn the culture as part of the experience. Try to fit in, learn new things. And this is a great point, because we say, how many channels will tell you, just come over here and respect the people and respect the culture, right? Well, how are you going to respect the culture if you don't know what the culture is? If you never even taken 5 minutes to find out what is the culture over here? What can I do to insult a Filipino? Or what can I not do so that I won't insult somebody? Did you know that, okay, you know how we'll walk up on somebody and touch their shoulder, hey man, how you doing, stranger? You can't do that over here. That's a sign of disrespect. Raising your voice is a sign of disrespect. Okay. What else? Talking about the country or other Filipinos over here is a sign of disrespect. But what do? We do it right in front of them, especially our woman. You don't think she's part of the culture? She does not like that. She does not like that, guys. You know, that's why me and Merlin go back and forth, because she's always on the side of the Filipino no matter what, in any situation. And of course, I'm trying to see it from the side of the foreigner. That's a great point, Robert. But hell, what is the culture? We don't want to know it. All we want to know is, oh, what's the best dating site to meet women? What's the best place, at the mall or at the market? Where can I meet the dark-skinned Filipinos? Okay, or the what's the other one? The mestiza. Where can I meet them? What the tall ones? It's always about the woman. And then when you get over here and, okay, you got the woman, everything quiets down. Now you're stuck. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. Where can I exchange my money? Which bank will allow me to open up a checking account? Where's the immigration? How often do I got to go to immigration? What type of visas do they have over here? We have no interest in that. We put the cart before the horse. That's what we do. Okay, you already done busted your budget before you ever get over here, because you've already got the woman. She's the most expensive thing in your budget. By far, nothing comes close. More than your rent, you're going to spend on her. More than food, you're going to spend on her. All you got to do is make a decision. Do I want that? Do I really want to live in the Philippines? Because if I do, I'm probably going to wait to have a live-in partner. I'm not going to move in the very first day I get here, which is what we do. We made the woman the focus. It should not be your focus. You don't even know how to get around, but you got the woman there. She's like a 100-pound backpack. Try what? Put a 100-pound backpack on you and walk around with it for a day. That's what it's like when you first get it. That's what it's like when you first get over here, strapping a woman on your back. She said wearing a TMT hat is a sign of disrespect in the Philippines. Not anymore. You know, his top assistant was a Filipino, and she recently died. They don't hate Floyd as much as they used to when he was, when Pac-Man was at the top of his game and was wanting to fight Floyd, and Floyd asked him for the blood test. See, they hated Floyd Mayweather. Then for him to even put it out there that he thought Pac-Man was on performance-enhancing drugs, hell, that was like committing blasphemy. He says, I believe Corey Feldman's true identity is a popular blogger mentioned today on the live cast. No, that's not him. Because Charlie Chalmain is not a real person either. Okay? This Corey Feldman came from that investigation. The Corey Feldman you're talking about. That's why they made the profile name. Pretty soon you're going to see a Charlie Chalmain profile. But yeah, guys, I got to get off of here. Thank y'all so much. To the that. Okay. If you haven't joined my membership already, man, consider that. You're going to get some exclusive videos and certainly a live stream, a members only live stream every week. I usually try to have it on Wednesday. But take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything stupid. I'll see y'all next time.